5:45. So I just figured I'd go ahead and start it. We're still 3 hours from home, so we're doing our live tonight from the car. We are still in bumper to bumper traffic, off and on. It's just bizarre. All these people went over it. They sat to be in the path of the eclipse, I guess. Don't know why, but anyways, what? Hey, now you got me and not you.
It's okay. I can still talk.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to be on it, but I can still talk.
Oh ho ho.
The only thing you're not going to be able to do is...
Oh ho ho. Oh.
Volume's down. Ron just stepped in. Rob.
Hey Rob. We're gonna shut this off at 6:45. 6:45, 6:50. We won't even be home still, but we're gonna shut off so everybody can come over to yours and go live on your live. So we still have about 3 hours. Well, it says 3 hours and 3 minutes before we're way home. We've been in this car for 12 hours.
We added 2 hours of traffic onto our trip going through Nashville. And
all bumper to bumper.
Yeah, and now we're on, and then lots of other stops. Did not have any problems going out on Thursday. No traffic at all, other than around Atlanta, Georgia.
At rush hour time.
Yeah, so it's just been crazy. But 2 hours of additional driving time for traffic issues. Right now we're trying to get to Springfield.
We should be home actually right now.
Yeah.
We really should be. But we're still a little south of Springfield on Highway 60, southeast.
Okay, the Drifter PH is in the house.
Hey Drifter.
Tamara and Dave.
Hey Tamara and Dave, how are you? Our live tonight, is from the road. As soon as it's right here,
Backyard Trucker's in the house.
Hey, Backyard Trucker.
He's driving parts right now.
Well, I tell you what, this trip has been a go home. Like, don't bother going home. It's been a trip home from hell.
So we don't have our banner running across showing all of our members, our wranglers, and our farmhands, but we give a shout out to each one of them. They know who they are, and we'll double up on shout outs next week when we're at stationary in a place where we've got our computers rather than working off of our cell phones.
Well, then next week you'll be in California.
Right, but you'll be at the computer in the house, and I'll have my laptop with me, and so we'll be able to do those things, whereas we can't do those things tonight with being on our phones. Hey, Virginia, welcome back in. Thanks for coming back.
We still have 3 hours and 1 minute to go.
So this trip, if you followed us on our lives going out on Thursday and some of the lives that Jerry did on Saturday, you know that we went to Savannah, Georgia. Soils Family Expo was a very interesting experience. It was a fabulous place to have the vendor show. It was at the Children's Museum, which is a remake of the Georgia Railroad station that they had in Savannah. And we've got a video to put together that will show all that kinds of stuff. And it was really, I was very impressed with it. That was probably one of the top things of the trip, at that actual visit, besides meeting Sherry and Bobby again.
Seeing them and Dale and Michael and his wife, I can't remember her name. I can't remember what their channel name was. Metal Block. And meeting a lot of folk that a lot of them are suburbanites, right?
Yeah.
Suburbanites. They're gardeners.
Gardeners
Gardeners in their on what they have, room they have. Some people have an acre and a half. Some people have,
their backyard.
Some people have just a little balcony type thing. They garden in tubs and stuff. But it was interesting, meeting people and.
Our table booth was like 2 tables in from the entrance to this area that was the vendor part, and we were touching up our table and whatever, and look up and surprise of all surprises was Uncle G, Audacity Donnie, and he came by. He was there for the expo, and we haven't seen him since
last year.
Jan's Ozark outing in Stockton.
Yep.
So we hung out with him quite a bit, and I enjoyed talking with him.
We have a video of the video of the mayor.
Oh yeah, that's right. The mayor showed up just before we were closing down. The mayor of Savannah showed up because Bobby was on their local news promoting the expo, and so the mayor stopped by, and so Jerry's actually, when I talked to him, I got him on video, and he talked to a few other people. It's a very nice gentleman, very nice. Virginia says, since I made 2 loaves of garlic cheese bread, lasagna, and watched most of the eclipse. You've been busy, Miss Virginia.
Yeah.
Randy wants to know how many pens you sold.
Total pens sold, Randy, total was 5 for the whole trip. And 1 order for a crochet hook.
Crochet set, yeah.
Crochet set hook.
He makes the handle that goes, and it comes out with 7 hooks, so.
7 or 8 hooks.
Yeah, something like that. It's a set, but he makes the handle for it.
So it was, it wasn't gangbusters, but it's the first time a lot of people seen that stuff, and
He's talked about it with some of those folks on some different lives and whatever, but to actually see them is different than what you see on camera, to be honest with you. So
yeah, a lot of people say they're really impressive. They're not pretty, and but they don't realize all that goes into it.
Well, you explained it to some. You were talking about it. So anyway, had a really nice dinner at a place on
cool restaurant. I'm telling you, it was a cool restaurant.
It's called Lady and Sons.
It was 4 stories restaurant plus the basement. So the first story when you come in was a place people could sit down and eat there. Then they have a basement with it, which was a room which we were at.
A group type
room. And then they have the second story up is where the kitchen is at. And then the 3rd and 4th story are also places people can sit and eat. I don't know if it was like banquet rooms, like we were like in a banquet room, or if it was open seating. I'm not sure how that was. But you only get to the basement or the floor 3 and 4 were by the elevator. So it was interesting.
So the waiters have to take the food up and down, and those
they go
waiters
downstairs.
Were pretty trim, pretty athletic, so wasn't too much. And I went shopping because they have, while we were waiting for everybody to get there, actually we were waiting for them to get the room ready. And so I went shopping in their gift shop, which turns out to be a Paula Deen store. That was interesting. And I used up some time in there, so. Hey, Christy Betts, how are you doing tonight? Did you get a lot accomplished today? So that was our weekend, and we're trying to get home. And I said to Jerry this morning, I said, most people, when they travel, stay in hotels and whatever, they're always anxious to get home so they can sleep in their own beds. Well, I'm anxious to get home because, I miss the animals and the dogs and my son and all, grandkids down the road, but I'm not really anxious to be sleeping in my own bed tonight because
gotta share it.
I sharing with Jerry's one thing that's supposed to be, but we have to share with our
3 dogs.
Three dogs.
And probably 2 to 3 cats.
Yeah, so so it's gonna.
I already know Miss Goldie's gonna be one of be in bed with the sun.
Yeah, so we do have a king size bed at home. That's okay. We had the hotel last night in Nashville was totally booked, and when I got the room while we were driving on the road, they
How
only
about the first one?
Well, so we're members of Wyndham Hotels, and we did that when we made our trip to California, and we've been collecting points ever since. Got a little confusion on accounts and stuff that we're going to try and get worked out with a supervisor type person, because who we had was a remote user. You could hear her dog barking in the background.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I called up and told him the hotel, that I wanted to stay in. I'd already looked at the pricing, and it was, what we wanted to do. We didn't want anything real expensive. We didn't want anything real cheap, just something, down the middle. And I had put the dates in, but when she told me the room was $300 a night plus taxes and everything would be $400, I said, "Excuse me, at a Baymont, you want $300 a night?" She said, "Well, that's for the, Sunday the 14th." I said, "No, I'm sorry, you've got the wrong dates, and I'll have to do some relooking and whatever." And I hung up. Well, somehow the dates it was hard to keep the right dates in, and I had to work at it. Finally, we decided we wouldn't drive all the way towards Paducah, so I started looking around Nashville, and I did find one out by the airport, and it was a La Quinta, and it was right down our alley. So that's where we booked in. But I started looking again at the hotels in that area, for that week, and they all went for the weekend of the 14th and the 15th. And $300 here, $400 here, and I thought, holy smokes, I don't want to buy the hotel. I just want to spend the night, put my head on a pillow, and go to sleep. So anyway, it all worked out. Chrissy says, "No, that sounds familiar. 3 dogs and 2 cats waiting on the bed." Yeah,
Yep.
wanting on the bed. Absolutely. Hotels hate Wyndham because Wyndham always screws something up. Well, actually, to be honest with you, we've not really had any problems with any of the Wyndham hotels. The La Quinta ones have been the really nice ones that we've been in.
Yeah,
We had to stay in a Super 8 one time, which wasn't too bad. It was okay. And then we stayed in a Days Inn that I thought would have been better than it was, but it was okay. The La Quinta was too...
That the one we stayed in Atlanta? The days in Atlanta?
Yeah, the Mora, yeah. And when we walked into that one, and that was on the trip going out, it did have lingering smells of smoke, which it was supposed to be a non-smoking room. But once we got the air conditioner going, it
that was also
cleaned up.
a narrow room, too. That was a small room.
It was a small room, but just one bed. But that's all we needed, so it wasn't really that big, too bad.
And then, I never think of stuff.
Yeah. YouTube Police is in here.
Hey, Gary! What's up, buddy?
Tiffany came back, Canadian Family Life. Des is in the house.
We're still driving. Driving crazy.
Rob says he's in and out, working on a few things, but he's listening. Thank you so much. And
According to this, we won't be home until 8:18 tonight.
Virginia.
Our time.
Xander says you like him because you don't see the background that happens. I'm not sure if that's me or not. Yes, please hit the thumbs up for us. We'd appreciate it.
Earlier during the eclipse, I don't know if it was a bad location or if it was the eclipse, but we lost phone service and video service, and I mean, it was really weird. Our son tried to call us, and we couldn't hear him, and
he could hear us.
He could hear us, but we couldn't hear him, and then they hung up a couple different times, going back and forth, and we hit the eclipse here where the lights came on in the car because it was dark.
I got a little video of that.
Yeah, we did a little video of that. I'll add that to our video.
Or a trip.
Or I may have cut our trip video into 2, but so it's not so long. But it was kind of weird because after the eclipse went away, we had phone service back in the thing. So I don't know if the eclipse had it to do with it, or it's our location. You know, I mean, or it was both, combination of both. I don't know.
We stopped at I can't tell you the name of the town. It was on near the border of Illinois, Kentucky, and Missouri. And we had to stop and because I needed to take a break, and we decided to get some gas. The guy actually locked his store so he could come out with them, you know, see the eclipse. But in a small little rural town, all the cars were lined up along the side of the road. People were all up on this hill, you know, all their glasses. You know, I got a little video clip of that because it was just kind of bizarre. You know, and then as we were driving, you know, still driving, and we were in Missouri too, I think, weren't we?
No.
The eclipse came, or were we still in?
No, we were in Tennessee, in Kentucky then.
Okay.
It was just before Kentucky, Illinois area. That's
Okay.
what it was.
Well, anyway, so as we're driving along, there's all these different little pockets of people sitting out in their chairs, and you know, they got their glasses on, and there's one big church with a huge parking lot. You know, they're all lined up there, and it was crazy. And then we've had this traffic going west all day long.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody drove all the way over to the area to be in the eclipse area. I've never been on this road before we had this much traffic. I don't know if everybody just took the day and drove over that area to watch the eclipse for an hour or what. But
I saw a quick note on YouTube about Cosmopolitan Cornbread was right in the middle of that, the total, what do they call it, where it was totally dark. It went across Arkansas, and Russellville was totally blacked, and that's a little bit north of Little Rock. Our son put on the welding
glass, yeah, to pull one of the welding glasses on.
Welded glasses on, and he took a picture. We'll see if we can try and get that in our video too. He said the dogs are a little bit weird. The chickens had just come out, had only been out for a couple hours, but they didn't go back in and roost, you know, because it didn't get that dark.
It gets dark enough, I guess.
He said there was a sliver across the top that didn't get covered because it was moving from left to right, which would be west to east, which is correct. So
East to west.
yeah. Christy says it was cloudy here and didn't get the cool moon patterns on the ground like I did in Alabama the last eclipse. And Xander said there's been 224 solar eclipses, give or take. I didn't see the massive big deal about them. It's harder to see the lunar eclipse than the solar. And Christy said chickens ran to the camper door thinking it was time for supper. See, my son said that ours didn't get that, you know, vibe. So anyway.
Hey, we got some traffic, moving traffic now. Alright, now it's going to be home at 8:19.
So, anywho, it was part of the day, that's for sure.
140 miles to go.
So, when we get home this week, the next day or so, we're going to be able to get our truck back. It's got fixed. What was the deal on the truck?
The starter went just came apart, basically.
Came apart, and, you know.
$460.
So we're going to get our truck back, so we'll be back to a 2-vehicle family. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll be able to go down and get logs from MT, and I go get lumber to do our cutting boards.
Bell Loop Homestead said, I'm new here. What's your channel about? Will I be entertained?
You're always entertaining our channel. You'll never know what's going to pop up or happen.
Christy says that, Tiffany said, that Missy acted a little, but wasn't much. We got a little dark here, but that was very disappointing.
Yeah.
So we get our truck back. That'll be good. We got things to do with it. And then I'm going to fly out Thursday for my retreat with my sisters in California. And I'll be back on Tuesday afternoon.
Don't forget Monday at 3:45.
Yes, I'm going to be doing our live next Monday from California. Take my laptop with me, and phrase or word this week because we're traveling and we, didn't know how it was all going to work out.
I'm glad we didn't do it. So.
But we're gonna give you one this week that we'll name next week and have a winner next week.
Yeah, what is it? You figure out what it's going to be.
Well, it's not very original. It just came to me in a dream just this moment. I closed my eyes for a moment. But it will be one word. I mean, it's two words into one word. Tax day.
Tax day.
Taxday. Phrase for next week. Well, write it down, Butler. He says he won't remember it.
Write it down on your back of your hand. Don't wash your hands. Better than the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The one I was thinking of was, traffic jam.
Well, that doesn't relate to the day.
I know, but
relate to the day. Because I thought eclipse, but that's all done and over with. It's due after. Oh, yeah. Darkler Minutes is poor Dale's birthday.
Who? Today?
I don't know if it's today or if it's next week on the 15th. I don't know. Bill Flip says I rely on the kindness of strangers. You did tell Tammy we said hi, didn't you? So, our next adventure, which is only 2.5 hours away, shouldn't be at all like this, at all, is 10 Killer meetup in Oklahoma. And
guess what? I'll be going live there.
Yeah, I'll be doing some lives there. And thank you, Butler. Tax Day, Virginia. Taxday. The two words together, making one word. Tax Day is for next week. I talked to Ginger when I saw her this weekend about 10 Killer. I was curious to see how the channel build-up was going to be, and they have about 60 to 65 channels coming for a 10 Killer, so that's a nice big crowd. They had, 80 last
81.
year? 81, but they also started promoting it a lot earlier than
Hang in there, guys. I thought we didn't have any bad spots.
Okay, Jill's birthday is on tax day, the 15th. Okay, so maybe we'll say happy birthday. Who knows? Backtrack hooligans home in Michigan enjoying the sunshine. Awesome. It's done buffering belt loop 29. We might have that happen again. Not sure.
I don't know either.
A road towards Springfield. I'm not sure how far we're away from there.
2 hours and 28 minutes to get home, and we have lights.
Traffic.
We have lights. And we have...
Hello, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Camping cage free. So, lots of gardening stuff going on. I watched Sunday Fun Day. Is that what he calls it, Joe?
Joe.
Yeah, he had some interest. He had 2 guests on there, and we're doing a lot of gardening talk, plus lots of some seed giveaway. Kind of anxious to get home and see if any might sprouted, because if they haven't, then I'm just going to wait a week and put them in the dirt outside and get my contest stuff going and my survival seed stuff going.
This week I'm going to work on the pumpkin patch, get it all rototilled up and all leveled out, and all that horse manure all mixed in with the dirt. And I may even start planting depending on what the soil feels like when I touch it. Feels real cool, maybe not.
When you do that rototilling, I'll ask you in public so that they'll hold you to it. Would you rototiller up where we did that little small burn pile of hay where the calves were at?
What field?
It's not Yes, we're going to stay on 60 all the way. Yeah, Kevin asked, are you going to stay on 60 the rest of the way?
Oh, no, we're going 44 probably.
You're going to go up that way?
I go up to 44 because they said, it always says if it's got a traffic jam on 60.
Goodness.
I might go up to 44.
3 state troopers on the
They're
side.
having a donut
Meeting.
Donut meeting.
Having a meeting.
You know, police officers, they love them.
So, Kevin, we're just going to play it by ear, I guess. See which way's the best way
I
to
guess
get
44 I can travel 70 miles an hour on 68. It goes in and out of those little towns. I have to slow down to 45 and 35.
There's a speed trap ahead.
Hey, Jan, how are you? We're on the road again. No, it's not again.
Still.
We've been on the road since 9 o'clock this morning. Did you get out in your garden today?
Or did it get too dark?
Yeah. Did you get any of the effects of the eclipse? She's saying howdy to everybody. So, oh, Jan, I just gave out the phrase for next week. You want to write this down? Tax day, one word. Taxday. Butler is singing something, making music with my friends. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Willie Nelson.
Yep.
So,
The road again.
it was a beautiful day, a
On the road
beautiful
still.
driving day. We had a little bit of spring showers in Nashville because they were going to get some more rain. But other than that, there were some clouds for a while, but not anything, and everything's nice and green. And she said, Jan said she was planting while the eclipse was going over.
Oh,
Other than the traffic, and what's interesting is that it was only traffic bumper to bumper going west. Going east, there was no issues whatsoever. And when we went on the start of the trip on Thursday, there were no issues whatsoever. I don't remember if there's problems on the west side or not, but sure is this right now.
what's that? What's that? Sure is what right now?
Huh?
Sure is what right now?
Sure is issues right now. Traffic issues right now. That's what I meant.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
Yeah, I see it. And it's sitting there.
I'm calling it around all day trying to find a Not sure what that means, but that's okay. Oh wow, we dropped down from 14 to 7.
Oh.
Marriott's Yarn and Crafts is in. Hola, que tal, como está? This is a new moon, so great time to plant seeds. I just have to wait a little bit till next week because next week is supposed to be our last frost day somewhere in that week. Not sure if it's going to happen, but I'm just playing it by ear and going on the safe side. We did get our contest seeds in the mail to do for Joe's Grow a TV contest that he's got on 6 different vegetables.
Grow big.
Grow Big TV.
Yes.
Yeah. And we picked 4 out of the 6, and I ordered the seeds. I already got my tomato seeds, and then the rest of them came to this while we were gone. So I've got a watermelon radish, a black beauty zucchini, and
We have to do an opening video for those, right?
for each one, I think, yes.
That's what
It's something else.
It was pepper. No, we didn't peppers. We
No
did
peppers and no
zucchini,
beans.
Sunflower.
Oh, sunflower seeds. Mammoth sunflower.
Yeah, that's sunflower. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna plant them, and also in the corral.
I want to plant those on the east side, was going to do that anyway, but that's a really good reason for it, to have them close by. So I'm going to put them in my vertical garden stuff on the back porch. Des says, "Oh, hi, Uncle G." Uncle G stepped in. He says, "Hi, continued safe travels." Thank you.
All right. He's here.
Oh, Destiny, yeah.
Hey, G, how are you? G, are you home already? Well, he went up,
He went to Florida.
Yeah, and then he said he stops. He doesn't like to drive at night.
There's
Yeah.
a stalled vehicle ahead.
So Dad says, if one more person calls me a sir on the phone from a survey or a drive-thru, I'm going to scream. Yeah. He said he's home now.
Oh,
Uncle G said he's home
well,
now.
we're 2 hours and 15 minutes from home.
We got stuck in 2 hours of traffic, and we're still kind of not done. It's better right now, but oh man, some of it was like, it took us 30 minutes to go 2 miles.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a really good garden this year, Jan. I can tell. All that new stuff that you've done and your new spot. I think you're gonna have some bumper crops. So let's see. I don't think I missed anybody. I have done this. I'll keep doing this for the next half hour or so. But no phrase or is it prize?
Right, password, right?
No phrase or gift this week. But no giveaway. Thank you. I had a slip. And but we are doing it next week. And the word is it's a combination word, tax day, TAXDAY. So be sure you write it down on your calendar if that's what you need to do, and we will do a giveaway next Monday. 6:02.
Give me 45 more minutes.
Yahoo!
45 more minutes.
So you got some talking to do.
Well, hey, is Rob still there? Rob, are you still here?
He's in and out. He may hear
Well,
you.
if you guys, today, after this live, we ended at 6:45, 6:46, something like that. At 7 o'clock, Rob goes live, him and Sarah go live up there in Alaska. And I don't know what he's going to talk about tonight, but he's always entertaining and talking about what's happening in Alaska and stuff, so you can check them out. And then at 7 o'clock also is the Four Sisters.
And
So-
digging in the word with the Four Sisters, there I saw on the on a post that there is in the book of Ruth, I think it's chapter 4. You can pick from 4 channels to listen to, or if you've got dual monitors, you can listen to 2. But it's Tara at White Rock Nation, Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead, Lisa at 9 Acres Farm, and Christine at Christine Mrs. Gillum Farm. And then 8 o'clock is Music Monday with the Vineyard Chicks, and Anna over at Fermented Farmhouse is usually on Monday nights at 7:30, but I saw that she's out traveling, so she's not doing her live this week. So there's a few evening lives after we're done.
By 8:17 our time. So basically 2.5 hours more.
Thanks for coming in, Xander. He's got other things to do tonight, so he said stay safe and saner than him. Whee! He's gone.
Zippy. He zipped out of here.
He zipped out.
He slides it and zips out.
Yeah, so. Gary's just on a roll. like the kid was asking me to marry her, and Butler says, doesn't she realize that we have a goofball, big goofball and enjoyed everybody, but probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't go out there again for the band. For
Just
the
to sell
expo.
something, to
Just
do
for
a
the bands.
to be a vendor.
Go down. I mean,
Downtown.
the beach is not that big of a deal to us. But we used to live, in the San Diego, so the beach is not that important. But we're gonna go and check out some things. We didn't have time to check out this time because we got
On
in
a
there.
schedule.
We had to meet them on the waterfront. Then we had dinner, and then we went back to the hotel with the bed. Got up next morning and had the meetup,
Vendor show.
and then we got to see Ginger. So next time we go, we're gonna leave like on Saturday, take our time driving Saturday and Sunday, checking out everything.
Yeah. So it's Heather from
Yes. No, Heather from. Is it Heather from?
Milk and Honey Heritage Farm says, "Are you tired of driving?"
Yeah, I am. I mean, this trip has been, I don't know how many hours we spent in here,
Too much.
but I've been driving since 8 o'clock this morning, or 9 o'clock this morning, so yeah, I'm getting tired.
And then she said, I asked how you did with the pen pencils.
And I didn't sell as many as I thought I would, but that's okay. I sold 5 total. I got one order for a crochet hook, and that might turn into a lot. If that person does a lot of crocheting online, and she says she'll promote it online.
So we'll see.
So we'll see. I mean, that's one of the things I'm going to do this week is get her hookers. Get her hookers.
Her hook handle.
Her handle. No, I mean, I got to order her hooks.
Oh,
I got to order her metal package, and then when I get that package, then I'm going to make her handle, and out of holly, and I'm going to get sent to her. And that was F.R. Humphreys. That's Felicia.
hours with a couple of other ladies. We checked them out today. Probably look at some of their. I'll look at their lives.
She had a lot of hookers come and watch her show.
So.
And I mean that hookers as in crochet hookers.
Yes.
So if she says she'll promote it, she said if she tells Tildy about it, then how much she likes it, they'll probably want to order something. I said that's great. If they do, they do. They don't. It's all right.
I think, Jan, there's a little misunderstanding on what we were getting into. We thought we had some expectations, and we heard that there'd be like 500 or 600 people. Well,
and I heard there's 600 people that go to this thing.
But
it's 600 people that go through the door at the Children's Museum.
Children's Museum.
And not that many people who came out to where we were at.
And we were actually in the exploration area. They had things set up for kids. I don't know. But the people that came through where we were at, where the vendor were families. And so, not really.
I did sell a guy, though, he got there.
Yeah.
And he asked me for a card because he said, this would be a really cool gift for people. I might contact you and make me much more. I said, great.
Right. So we'll see. But most of the people that came through had their kids with them because this was a kids area. They had, I don't know, musical. You just have to see it. I can't even describe it right. But it was an exploration type.
Toy things like that.
Yeah.
There. Not really toys, but they're things interactive things that take you through. There you go.
Like if you had building blocks and stuff, they had some things that made music, and they had some animals out there, and they did a scavenger hunt, for the kids.
From our people,
but one of them was on the scavenger hunt sheet.
Because they made it not that way.
Right.
Because they knew that was going to be there. Somebody brought a chicken and a rabbit out there. One of the homesteaders did. So, and they had scavenger sheets out there where the kids could pick up a scavenger sheet, walk around, find that item, and circle that item or something, or cross it out, I'm not sure what they did, and then take it back for a prize.
Right. So, yeah, anyway, There's about in the vendor part. There's about 15 vendors. Not all of them were. All of them were soil sisters, soil brothers in one way or another. They were all there for the Soil Family Expo.
Right, they're strictly for soil stuff, except for the two tables that were there for the Children's Museum.
Right, organic restaurant that we, Brighter Side, where you got the sandwich from with the turkey and avocado. They were a sponsor of the event. They were there in the way back. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
We've decided we would not make the drive for just that, but we would make the drive for, a vacation-y kind of thing a few days ahead of time, and then do go visit the Soil Expo and go to the dinner with them and, do all that stuff. But we wouldn't go just to be in the vendor part.
It's too much. It's too far. It's 990 miles we drove there, 909 miles right back, plus the trip in and out of from the hotel and back, or to dinner and back, or what to those things. So it's a 2,000 mile trip total, and in order for it to really be, I don't know, say cost effective, but to be real pay off, you need to sell probably 60 bins. I didn't, I had no idea how many I was going to do, so I just did it. We got to see Andale, we got to see Uncle G, and we got to see Mrs. T and Jigs, and a bunch of other people. I've been on their live videos, and they watch our videos, so I got to meet a lot of those people, and I got to meet a lot of nice new people.
Okay, so Jan, what do you mean you felt bad for Ann? Because she was fine as far as we know.
Yeah, she had a lot of stuff there. She sold a lot of stuff.
She had a lot of her Uncle Wayne. She had the last of her Uncle Wayne's wood things.
We're going to do another little 20-minute backup.
Anywho.
So what she mean by?
Yeah, Des bought some stuff from her.
Yeah, we have.
Well, Ann wasn't that far from where she had to drive to Savannah. Was only 4 hours, 5 by herself.
The bad part was that she had a hotel.
Thanks everybody for hitting the thumbs up sign. I appreciate that very much.
Coming out of the holler, we lost everybody on 3 now.
Yep.
So they goes off. They lose people. They don't stick around. They reconnect.
Oh, okay. So you have to retell the story of Ann's hotel because that's where it broke off.
All right. Well, Ann's had the Marriott. Was supposed to be right down there, in the waterfront, right next to where she could walk to the dinner place and all that stuff. And she went to go check into it, and they found out they had the Marriott that was like 2 miles away. And she said it was 2 miles down the waterfront Marriott. That's where she had to go. So she wasn't happy about that, but she thought she had to do one. And she got there a day early, so she had to go find another hotel to stay in one day early, which was Thursday night, because she got there Thursday instead of Friday when she was planning on being there. So, but anyways, when we go back, we're going to go back for a week, and spend a week there. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to go back there and ride the little what do you call those, trolley cars? Trolley cars around to see the ghost houses, and then go down to the historical sites and look at the historical houses and some of the, go out and see some of the plantation houses. Would be cool.
I did a short on a Spanish American statue that was in Forest Park, and then I did do some clips on Saturday of the train thing that we're going to find in the that Jerry's going to have in our video that he's going to work on. So there's a little bit of history in there, but there's a lot more there that would be fun to check out. was very pleasant. Weather.
And the bridge was interesting. They got a bridge that goes from Savannah into South Carolina. That bridge is a South Carolina bridge. You know that, right? And in fact, Uncle G had to drive that bridge for 2 days. He was staying over in South Carolina, so he had to drive over it and then go back. And the bridge is really big and really tall, and there's huge container ships coming in and out. And Sue's got them on a video too, so I'll have them and put them in also. But it was really interesting.
It was just like right there in your face. It wasn't, but it was so huge. It was just like right in your face.
Like you can almost touch them.
Yeah.
Guys waving at us.
Actually, we waved at some of the ship guys. Mariners?
Oh yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Getting dry throat.
So, yeah, it was a nice little trip other than this part driving home.
Merchant Marines, what they are.
Yeah.
That's Merchant Marines, that's what they are.
So anyway, that was good.
And and see the tugboats. The tugboats went up and down, and one tugboat came up to one of the girls had her camera out, and she was recording it. And he turned towards her, and he did some little maneuvers for her, and then she waved at him. He waved by. Let's see, Reba. No, I'm talking about Reba. So, keep trying to keep us connected, guys. You hang in with us. Let's keep hitting reconnect. So.
Not sure who heard me before, but the phrase for next week's giveaway that we're going to